Now we move on to the next fight of the night. I'm actually super excited about this fight right here. I have a little bit of a personal interest in this one. This fight is Randy Costa versus Journey Newson at 135 pounds. First, we'll talk about Randy the Zohan Costa. He is an American and he's 5-1 in MMA. He's 26 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall with a 73-inch reach. Randy is 1-1 in the UFC, coming off of a first round knockout over Boston Salmon. However, he did lose to Brandon Davis by submission in his UFC debut. All 5 of Randy's wins come by a first round knockout. His only loss is that second round submission that I told you about against Brandon Davis. I think that Randy Costa is a bit of a can crusher. All of his wins, except for one, come over guys who do not have a winning record. And the one win that he does have over a guy with a winning record is against Boston Salmon. But Boston Salmon came off of a 641-day layoff in his UFC debut, and he lost that fight. So I don't really think that that's necessarily a great win, beating a guy that's 0-1 after coming off of a 641-day layoff. Now he'll be fighting Journey Newson, who lives across the river from me. He lives in Portland, Oregon. I'm in Vancouver, Washington. We're separated by the Columbia River. Journey is an American. He's 9-2 as a professional, and he also had 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw as an amateur. As an amateur, he actually fought UFC fighter Ricky Simone for a 135-pound title at the FCFF, the place where I made my MMA debut. It's owned by Chael Sonnen and his partner, Kevin Keeney. When Journey fought Ricky as an amateur, he actually lost that fight by a decision. Journey also fought another fighter for a title belt for the FAMA 135-pound title. He fought against a guy that I was coaching, the guy that I was coaching. His name is Anthony Marks. Journey won that fight by a decision. However, Journey missed weight by about 8 pounds. We got a call saying that he wasn't going to take the fight, that he was going to back out. He didn't want to fight. And we ended up making shirts that said, "Don't be scared, homie." And we all wore those shirts to the fight. When Anthony and Journey fought, it was a good fight. Journey ended up basically holding on and hugging the legs of Anthony because Anthony was outstriking him a little bit. Journey won the decision. He hit Anthony with a couple of good strikes, but mostly just controlled him on the ground. So while you've seen Journey mostly use his hands in the UFC, he does have a solid ground game and a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Journey has 1 loss and 1 no contest in the UFC. He actually won his last fight, knocking his opponent out in about 38 seconds, but later tested positive for marijuana, and that fight was changed to a no contest. He lost his UFC debut to Ricardo Ramos by unanimous decision. He was a short notice replacement, and he did well considering the fact that he took that fight on very short notice, and he was fighting a very tough guy in Ricardo Ramos. So even though Journey has that knockout in the UFC, he's still actually looking for his first official UFC win, and he looks to do that in this fight. Journey's the former Prime FC 135-pound champion. Like I said, he's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has 3 wins by submission, 3 wins by knockout, and 3 wins by decision. In his 2 losses, he has 1 loss by decision, and that goes to Ricardo Ramos, and his other loss is to current UFC fighter Benito Lopez by first round knockout. I think Randy Costa is going to try to come out fast and strong and put Journey away real fast, just like he's done in his other 5 wins. However, Journey has a really good chin, and I give Journey the wrestling advantage in this fight. I don't think that we're really going to see much of the wrestling from Journey in this fight. I think that when Randy Costa pressures forward to try to hit him, Journey's too powerful and he's pretty accurate with his strikes. I think that he's going to land that overhand right that he's landed a couple times before and put him away. My prediction is Journey Newson by knockout in round 1.